That's me.
We made it
on another one. Let's go. Nakina flow.
I've been tapping into your spaces for I think for 2 years now, studying you and trying to find out what is this guy about. And I've seen you on so many shows, and my dream has always been to interview you, and obviously that has finally come to a pass. And you're the first person on our podcast that we actually record in Johannesburg. So I think that for us, it's a milestone, and I actually appreciate your time. You didn't have to, but you did. So I really thank you for that.
No problem.
Yeah. So something that I've realized is that NOTA
Where were you guys recording from previously?
Previously? Back home, Limpopo.
Yeah, but Limpopo is a big place.
Tanin.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we normally do our thing. So now we're trying to break into the Joburg market.
Why?
Because there's life here.
Okay.
I feel like there's life here, and we kind of running out of, I wouldn't say running out of content, but we need to get in touch with other people, the way we've actually based our policies that we're going to do 90% local, which is Limpopo, and 10% outsiders. But we feel like you're one of us.
Okay, no, cool.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So NOTA Nhlamulo is you Tonga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten to find out that Nhlamulo Sulako the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I actually picked you as well, I believe that you got too many answers for us back home. Yeah.
Okay.
NOTA get the answers. So, but what does NOTA mean?
It just comes from Nhlamulo Baloyi. So it's NB, which is Nota Bene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you wrote in school NB, that was Nota Bene. That's where it comes.
Yeah.
That's it. It means to note well.
Okay. Now, growing up in Johannesburg, you were born and raised in Johannesburg, Parktown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was born in Parktown.
Yeah.
The hospital I was born in was in Parktown.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So do you still, or do you somehow stay in touch with your relatives or your ancestors back home in Limpopo?
You can't stay in touch with ancestors.
You can.
No. Nonsense. No,
okay, what?
I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Okay.
You can't talk to dead people.
Okay.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah?
Seriously. Okay? If you can talk to dead people, you just ask them why they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or what they see on the other side.
Okay.
Ask them what they see on the other side. Yeah. Next time they talk to you, ask them what is there on the other side. And then tell us. So, I'm just saying, no one has ever said, "Oh, my ancestor told me what's on the other side." So, obviously I've got all my family everywhere. Yes.
Yeah. In Limpopo, I've
everywhere. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
How often do you come that side?
No, I mean, I'm not from there. This is home. Yes.
Joburg is home.
Yeah.
And there was a time I saw you in Tanin. What were you doing that side?
I was at my uncle's funeral.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got some family that side.
Yeah, no, still got family here. I've got family everywhere, all over the country. Mm.
Do you find yourself staying in Limpopo at some point in your life?
No. I could own property there.
Yeah, but not staying.
No, I'm a Joburg person, dog. This is my city. It's where I was born. Why would I want to leave?
Yeah.
You are coming here because you're bored where you're from.
You think so?
It's obvious. That's what you said. You said you're done. It's done and you finished it.
Yeah.
Mm. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't see myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And smart as you are,
There's no better place in the world
Yeah.
for a black person to live than Johannesburg.
But don't you think right now the cities get kind of like getting congested?
It's not even about it being congested. There's no better place in the world for a black person to
Yeah.
live in the world
Mm-hmm.
than Johannesburg. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
And smart as you are, I've gotten to know that you very smart,
Oh,
well educated. You
well.
went to like
mm,
some of the dopest schools, and
yeah. Well, yeah.
you strike me as a person who could have been anything in life, but you chose to gravitate towards the music industry. Why did you do that?
No. I mean, like people think that the music industry is something that's trivial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the musicians of this country freed this country. The reason why we are able to speak on a podcast today and have, a free country
Yeah.
is because of the musicians of this world. So, making music has got nothing to do with, the glitz and the glam. It's a revolutionary thing. It's,
Yeah.
the revolutionaries were the musicians, the artists, the sports people in black communities.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the civil rights movement, which inspired a lot of them. It obviously started from the abolition movement, and then the Pan-Africanist movement, Marcus Garvey in the post-abolitionist
Yeah.
and days, and then the anti-colonial movement. It's always been something that has been a struggle of the artists to express.
Yeah.
Frantz Fanon writes about this as well.
And you read a lot. That's something I've
Nah, you don't need to read, dude. There's
Yeah.
audiobooks of everything nowadays. Everything's on YouTube.
Is that why you've always got
Yeah, so you can listen to a whole lot of the stuff. You don't need to read. Like, people are like clowning. They're like, no, Kanye West said he hasn't read a book. Like, yeah, you don't need to read.
Do you believe that though?
Why do you need to read? Why do you need to read? There's kids who watch TV and then are able to speak perfect English without ever reading.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's true.
So, therefore,
Mm.
exactly. Kids learn how to speak before they learn how to read.
So why do it?
Why?
Especially with the way
It's
life.
yeah, technology has moved on
Yeah.
beyond that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I've seen you at some point. You were like, I think it was a tweet. You said, either I'm just gonna paraphrase. Can't remember quite your exact words. You said something about Limpopo, either Limpopo musicians or the Limpopo sound is carrying the industry. Am I correct? Yeah, like
Well, so the Limpopo artists have been carrying the South African music industry for a while, yes.
yeah. And how informed are you with Buller House?
Yeah, obviously. Everybody knows Buller House.
Yeah, because I've heard you speak about it. I'm like, this guy is
Yeah, because Bolo House was the first, like after the first videos to go viral on YouTube from South Africa were Shibelani dances.
Yeah.
Yes. So it'd be the old Tsonga music on YouTube. It was just blowing up internationally because there were women dancing Shibelani, and then Europeans just loved that shit. And then that obviously then led people down the rabbit hole of Limpopo music, Limpopo house,
Yeah.
Bolo house. And that blew up on YouTube. So Boju Moju, like we found him on YouTube because you're going through YouTube and you're like,
rest in peace.
200,000 views.
Rest in peace, Boju.
And this at the point where like no one was even able to get 50,000 views.
Yeah.
You're like, 200,000, how? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where are people watching this? And it was blowing up internationally. So Bolo House has always had a significant international audience. And they had like, a lot of Southern European samples. What's that song?
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, that's a famous
Jerusalem.
one.
You understand what I'm saying? What's that? It's Biblos.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, um, the music that's been coming from there, the artists that have been coming from there have, punched above their weight internationally.
Yeah.
You look from your, just even your Buju Mujus.
Yeah.
Even like at a certain point in time, DJ Stungero was killing shit. You know what I mean? Like he was really running shit.
But Nota, where do you get all this time to inform yourself about everything that's happening in the country, especially everything?
No, I make it's like I make it my business. It's not that I know everything. No, I know that there's way too much to know, and the more you know, the less the more you realize how little you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm on a constant journey to keep informing myself.
So, now,
That's it. If I've got more information at hand, I'm able to make better decisions.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, that's true.
So
I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's what I need to be able to do, and I'm also able to provide more value.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing.
As we stand here, you and I, we on 2020, right? And 2022, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I know the other 2 years it felt like
it just goes away.
Well, it felt like they needed to be minused.
Oh, because of what is happening.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of people felt like it was too.
Yeah, we could go backwards a little bit. Yeah, so vanhu vakutala namuntlha, but twisisa ku the music industry has kind of like changed. So loko ni ri artist namuntlha.
No, there's no such thing.
Born.
No, there's no longer such a thing as an artist.
Okay.
There's people who make music.
Okay, as a musician.
Yeah, the guy who does your garden, is he an artist?
He is.
No, he's not.
He is.
He's a gardener. No, he's not. He's a gardener.
Okay, can you tell me what's the definition of art?
If it was a definition of art, he'd do your garden, right? And then he'd say, okay, fine. I want 150,000 rand for what I just did.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to pay him that because that's what he's demanded. But no, you pay him how much? 150 rand a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the price that is set.
Okay, let me be
So
specific.
you're paying him for his time of gardening. You're not paying him for the art. Yeah.
Musicians then.
So there's no such thing anymore. Because now they sell, all of them, what's their job is to make a song that's sold on iTunes for 9.99 cents. It's not art. It's just 9.99 cents. It's a thing. It's a little piece of content. They're content creators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for someone who's, and I know you're somebody who's like pro Vanek, especially.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
But
I never said that. No, I've never said that.
You have?
No, I have not. I've not. That's people think I've never ever said anything about being pro Vanek or rapping in Vanek. No, I said stop rapping.
Okay.
As if you're American.
Sure.
Yes. You listen to Nasty C's song with AKA.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Yes.
Lemonade.
He's not rapping in English. I mean, he's not rapping in Vanek. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, but he's rapping in South African. Because everything he's talking about is something that is relevant to South Africans. We know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. That's all I've been saying. In the past, he was rapping as if he's trying to appeal to an American audience. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talking about Walmart. We don't have a Walmart here.
Yeah.
We have Massmart. We have Macro.
Okay, so you need to relate with the audience.
You need to
back
speak
home.
to the audience that you speak. Like MTs, like, 40 ounces. What are ounces? He doesn't even know what an ounce is. He doesn't. You understand? So there's no need. It's because you're watching TV, you're watching videos on YouTube of guys in America, and now you think you're living that life.
Yeah.
You understand?
So for someone who's in Limpopo and wants to break into the market and they only know Venda, they only know Sipedi, they only know Kilobedu, they only know
You can name all the
Xitsonga.
languages.
Yeah. How do they break into the market as especially as rappers? Because it's so hard.
No, it's not. It's very easy. Nowadays, you just go viral on TikTok. There's never been a point where there's more rappers.
Okay.
Yes. If I told you, okay, name the top 20 South African rappers, you can name a list of 20 rappers.
Yeah.
There was a list of the 20 worst rappers. Just imagine, 10 years ago, you couldn't name 20 South African rappers.
10 years ago, you would only talk about Double HP, Pro Kid.
You couldn't name 20 South African rappers 10 years ago. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's become so much easier. There's too many. Too many. There's rappers we don't even know. There's so many. There's too many. We don't even know some of them. They're
Yeah.
popping up every day on TikTok. So
Yeah.
like, nah.
Do you think
It's
TikTok
just-
is
I
the
just
is the
feel
way
like a
to
lot of
break
people,
it?
No, I just feel like a lot of people are lazy. A lot of people are looking for a handout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, please make my life. Oh, NOTA. Oh, please touch me and make me somebody. No.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I do that? I don't know you from a bar of soap. You're not related to me. You're not my relative.
Mm.
The fuck? I'm going to help you here so you can talk shit about me later. Fuck you. Do it yourself. There's all the technology in the world. Everybody can do it themselves. Stop asking people, yo, help me with this, help me with this. Do it yourself. I
Yeah.
never asked anybody for help. Ever. Ever. No, I offered what I could give. I said, this is what I can give.
Sure.
You understand? This is what I have to offer. This is what I always showed what I have to offer. Always, always.
Yeah.
And that's why I never had to beg for anything.
You've always been clear on that.
That's it. I don't need to beg.
Yeah.
I make sure that whatever I've got to offer is the dopest shit. You know?
Mm.
It's got nothing to do with whether you like me or not. You know? If you don't want my shit, you will suffer for it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Anyone who doesn't take my advice suffers.
And there's something I just want to come in there. You said something. I was watching this interview. I think it was, if not the second, it was the first interview you did with McG. And you said something along the lines of, you know, people who take my advice, they end up becoming successful. And McG was like, touch me, dog, touch me, dog. So when you say that, it
And
reminded
what did I say?
Yeah.
I said, I've touched you already.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes. What did I say? I said, dog, I'm here because I got you a sponsor for this thing.
Mm.
Yes.
Do you listen to Makhadzi?
Yeah. A lot.
And what, because recently she has just,
I chose a previous single on her last album.
is it?
Yeah.
She's just filled up the stadium back home.
Yeah.
Did the stadium in
I've had a
Botswana.
recording at my house.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. So what do you think it is that people from back home can learn from somebody like that?
No, they can't learn. You can't learn from a success story of 1 in a million. Like, what is it? You can learn that, okay, yes, me too, I can also get lucky like Makhadzi. Makhadzi is lucky. You understand?
Yeah.
She's not the only girl who can dance from where she's from.
That's true.
You know what I mean? She's not the only one that's talented. It's just that she's the one that got the opportunity. And now it's up to her to make the most of it.
Yeah.
So that she can inspire other girls to show that if they prepare themselves for an opportunity, they too can also get lucky.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing that you can say, oh, you can learn. You know, this thing is random, dog. It's random. You know, you can't make South Africa love someone. You can't.
That's deep.
I was on the phone with this guy. He's like, yo, no, I'm working on this DJ. What? I said, you can't make the country love her. You're working on it. It's not. They decide.
Yeah.
And people decided to fall in love with Uncle Waffles overnight.
Just like that.
They didn't care whether she knows how to DJ, whether she can mix. Now it's up to her to actually learn those things after the fact.
What do you think about that?
Hey man, you know, there's nothing worse than losing everything that you didn't know how you attained. Because how do you ever get it back? How do you ever recover from that? You know, so yeah, you know, it is what it is. It's a gift and a curse. You know, the instant fame has got its drawbacks, and those are one of its drawbacks. Is that you don't know how it came about. You know.
Do you think that's a common thing with what's happening right now in the country?
With what?
People getting like instant fame and.
Well, I mean, it's a common thing with social media, just in general. It can make people instantly famous. Yes. So it's not going on in the country; it's going on social media around the world. Yeah.
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 I hear.
So if you've got nothing that's solid that you're working on, that's like a craft,
Yeah,
or a product or something, then if a soccer player is famous for his performances that he puts on week in, week out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, gets paid the big bucks so that, he has to deliver to thousands or millions of supporters of whatever team that he
Yeah.
plays for or is contracted to, So it comes with the territory, but at least they've got the confidence in that they've got a skill. That's actually a real thing. When you're a DJ, you
Yeah.
don't actually need to be skillful to be a DJ. You don't. You don't need to be skillful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get away with being terrible, and there's nothing to expose you. On a soccer field, there's 10 other players, and there's your teammates,
Yeah.
and there's your coach watching, and there's the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's reserves as well.
Thousands
Yeah.
of hopefuls. Forget the reserves. For every reserve, there's 1,000 hopefuls waiting to take that reserve spot. You understand? And when it comes to DJs, I mean, they're a dime a dozen, but it's stopped being about your DJing skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's about how you look on a flyer. Because
Yeah.
Instagram is important,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. How you look on a TikTok while you're DJing, if you're dancing,
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're playing the songs that everybody loves, that's what it's about. It's about playing the songs that everybody is playing.
Appeal.
No, it's about playing the songs that everybody's playing. Back in the day, it was about playing songs that nobody knows and introducing music to people. The DJs recommended the song. Oh, this is a nice song. Hey, this is a nice song.
Yeah. Speaking of
the first time
DJs,
I heard DJ Clock. DJ Clock sent out a DJ pack just before 2013 December, just before 2014 December, 2013 December actually, 2013 December, just before the thingamajig.
Yeah.
And then he had Pluto.
I remember that song.
And it just did drop. So he sent it out to DJs to start playing it. I remember there was some DJ that played it, dog. I went there. If he said, dog, when you finish your set, I need your USB. Like now, I said, I need your USB, dog. When he was finishing his set, I think he finished his set at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Took the USB, I took that song, clean. I went home immediately and I listened to that song the whole day. When I woke up in the morning, I said, boys, this song is going to be the biggest song.
This is it, right? Yeah. Yeah.
And, I think from that moment onwards, I just knew I had the confidence. Like, I knew that, you know what? I finally know my ear.
Yeah.
I've got the ear now. I'm confident. I can hear a song and I can tell you this song is going to be the biggest song in the country.
And many people don't know that NOTA is a producer, is a writer. I'm putting it out there.
Well, I mean, it's out there.
Yeah. I mean, for my audience back home. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, some people.
Yeah. So, what would you say is like your best work as a producer, as a writer? Like, name one song that you like.
No, I can't. There's nothing. I wouldn't say anything is my best work or anything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I work at a certain level of excellence. So I work at that consistent level of excellence. Like, I never go lower than that standard of excellence. That's just it. I think my best work is maintaining a level of excellence. Yeah. Just like anything I touch needs to be
proper.
Yeah. I'd rather not.
Would you mind sharing like the strategies you use to elevate the career of Kwesta, and if you think those same strategies could still work today?
No, I mean, I guess I've shared the strategies. The strategy is very specific. It was just about creating a brand and a continental brand. So the king of African rap. That was the whole entire thing. That was the strategy. And then obviously there was various tactics along the way that were in line with the strategic objective. We do little things, and I guess 99% of the things that you do don't work out, but there's incremental progress made. And then the 1% of things that do work out have massive impact. So people remember all the big success stories. Like they'll remember Ngud, but they won't remember the 99 failures that it took to get there,
Yeah.
But obviously when you're working on projects, that's something that you need to also take cognizance of. That there can be some fatigue just in the process of working and trying to make progress and get ahead. So you need to have you need to be able to manage everyone's expectations, because someone will expect, okay, fine, we're working, we're in studio, fine, why are the hits not coming? And while you're building up to it, and if you want it to last and be solid, you need to be able to cool the expectations a bit, because that was the one thing. The greatest secret, I guess, was timing everything. Like when I saw AKA killing it, I was like, it's too soon to make the move. When I saw Cassper coming in for AKA, I said, it's too soon. Let them knock each other out first. And then once they're done, we'll inherit their land. And that's exactly what we did. So we waited until they brought the ante. So the market value of hip hop was at its peak when Kwesta peaked. It's at its peak, So it built up 2014, it was growing, 2015, 2016. By the time we dropped in good, hip hop was already at the top.
For sure.
So we were standing on the shoulders of every achievement SA hip hop had at that point in time. And then we took it to another level because we broke boundaries in terms of our achievements weren't just in hip hop. We didn't have the biggest hip hop song. No, we had the biggest song. We had the most shows. We did the most festivals. We did everything. We did gospel festivals, jazz festivals.
Was it because of the band?
No, that came from the music. The music was just crossover everywhere. The band was just there to play because we put them on. We could have done it without a band, either way.
Yeah,
and still had those shows killed.
And how is he like working with? Is he friendly type of a person? Is he hard? Because
Well, I mean, he understands focusing on what he's good at, which is the rapping parts. So, that's it.
And the project that is coming up with Kabza, do you think it'll live up to his expectations?
I don't know. Is there an expectation?
I think so. Kabza being Kabza, Kwesta being Kwesta.
No, I don't think there's an expectation. I just think from a I mean, I think it's going to be one of the highlight projects of the summer.
Yeah.
It's about the timing again. Piano has come, it's done its thing.
Sure.
We've seen a whole lot of the new stars and everything else. We know who's who. We know who's built to last. We know who we're not going to be seeing a lot from in the future anymore.
Yeah.
So it's come at the right time.
Sure.
So Kabza is also at the right time for him to work on a project that is focused mainly on rap, because that's what's going to give piano its longevity. So
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be very successful.
It's nice to hear that from you.
I mean, why would you say?
Let's move on to the next one.
No, why would you say it?
No, because I'm not one to focus a lot on what people perceive as the negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've kind of looked at how, your name, whenever it's put together with Kwesta's name, it's it never clicks. So
well, I mean, that's his fault. Yeah, that's something he'll have to fix with his own conscience.
Okay.
It's God doesn't bless you for you to be ungrateful. So it is what it is.
Now, as an executive and somebody who's so influential, a businessman, how do you then deal with the stress and the constant need to be socially approved?
I don't know. I don't know. Is there a need to be socially approved? I don't think I seek social approval.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I sought social approval, I wouldn't say half of the things I've said. Because there'd need to be socially approved. You know what I mean? People who seek social approval are people who are trying to keep up impressions, trying to act or behave in a certain type of manner to give an impression. For me, I know my influence, and I also know the influence of social media. And I was able to get away with not having a presence on social media for a long time because I was able to influence things in other ways. But things have progressed.
Yeah.
And I mean, no one says, why does Elon Musk go on social media and, fight with Twitter?
Yeah.
And, if the richest man in the world understands the influence of social media and your poor broke ass is criticizing, a self-made millionaire.
Yeah. I'm coming right there. How did you make your first million?
Through incremental work. I don't know. I don't know how I made my first million. I don't know. I had more than 1 million by the time I checked.
And how
I made it passively.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I probably the first million I had in the bank, right? I'd already made other millions, but there was just money that was going into a bank that was just going into the bank, and there was a million in the bank.
Yeah.
But I'd probably made like 20 or something million that had passed through my hands while my first million was busy accumulating in the bank.
Sure.
Yeah.
And how do you? Because I've heard you speak about how your dad has gone bankrupt like 4 times, and how do you plan on making sure that never happens with you?
No, there's no such thing. You can't plan and make sure that it never happens. What do you mean? Who hasn't gone bankrupt? Elon Musk went bankrupt. He's the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was saying that because it happens. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean you must hang yourself. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that, no, you must prevent yourself from being bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's business. It's a risk. If you're an entrepreneur, chances are a business will go bankrupt. You understand? But I was just saying that, I watched my dad go through it a couple of times and it never killed him.
Yeah.
So I knew that failure is not fatal. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. NOTA, I've seen you on, if not all right now, so limpopo.podcast. So in my mind, I'm thinking like you've touched every podcast that there is or that has possibly got potential in the province. I mean, not in the province, in the country. Why do you think it's so important for you to help these people like myself, and taking your time, plugging certain people into these projects? Why do you think it's so important for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're able to do that with hip hop, right? We're able to take it out of the breaches of the major recording companies. Even though we're licensed to them, we still had that independent spirit,
Yeah.
And we spread that out, and you're seeing it now in this new generation of music producers who have got a great sense of independence and take pride in owning their content. So that was necessary in the media space as well, because that was also just as concentrated as the music space, with only 3 major record labels. And if you look at the media space, I mean, there's 3 major channels. There's your ETV, your SABC, and your other Mnet channels.
Sure.
So it was about breaking up that cartel, that media cartel. It's a monopoly actually now. So breaking up that media monopoly and using online media to do that. So we're able to successfully do that through online media. You must remember that it was very easy to block us before Twitter, before Facebook, and all these things. Because if our songs weren't playing on Metro FM, no one was hearing our songs. So because we're able to get online right? We're able to get people to play our songs on demand, and then we're able to get onto chart positions on these streaming charts. And then from these streaming charts and from these music charts and from these YouTube views, we're able to then say, hey, radio station X, you're not playing us, but look at the engagement, look at the numbers that we're getting, at least give us some slots. And that's how we started getting slots. And then from then on, it was all about your download numbers. Data file host came about. And then once you had like 100,000 downloads on data file host, the radio stations had to play it because your song was trending. And so we built that up using Twitter. This whole thing of Twitter promo, like in America, they don't even do this whole Twitter promo thing because Twitter is so big in America that you can't buy enough Twitter promoters to make something a trending topic. There's just too many people tweeting about too many things.
Yeah.
You understand? So you actually need to pay Twitter for a trending topic. Whereas in South Africa, you don't need to pay Twitter for a trending topic, even though big companies do. You can actually pay normal people to tweet about something and influence a campaign.
Sure.
And we started those influencer campaigns. Influencer campaigns came with us in music, right? And then who started using them? The politicians. Bell Pottinger started using them. Then you start seeing white monopoly capital and everything else. Why? They were doing that as a counter to the traditional media. They were doing that as a counter to the media. And then they founded ANN7 and et cetera, to counter from within the traditional media sphere. So if you're able to see all of this happening, I mean, ANN7 is just around the corner from where we are recording right now.
Okay.
You know, here in Ranches Fontaine.
I didn't know that.
Ranches Park.
Yeah.
Which is just down here from Glen Austin, where we are. So, so seeing all of that, you understand, I'm a person who can do something about it as well. And I'm observant. So I knew that the independent media, and I decided that I would sacrifice myself, sacrifice my time, and invest in making it something serious, because I knew that I could give these independent media content creators the type of content that would get them numbers that they won't be able to get, because they will not be able to secure the big interviews that Kai FM is able to get for their breakfast shows, because they're able to get Zozibini tunes. They're able to get all these other guys that will get you your views. And if all those guys went to these smaller podcasts, these things would grow. You understand? If they were to do that. But they don't use the fact that they've got influence and fame to do that. But I've got influence and fame.
Sure.
I can choose how to keep it to myself and whatever, or I could, use it. But I'm not using it to grow my own channel. That's another thing. So
I've seen that.
I saw someone saying, yeah, no, but I think NOTA's got self-intentions, and people, are very sneaky. They pretend as if they're cool with you, or But me, I know nobody fucks with me. I know that for sure. Like, my family fucks with me. That's it. I know niggas don't fuck with me. I know that. I've known this since I was a kid. And what people don't understand, I don't say, I've been a smart kid since a very young age.
Do you think you intimidate?
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. So I'm not saying it to brag. I'm saying it as in, I've been the smartest nigga in the room since I was a kid. They hate the smartest nigga in the room. I know how to deal with being the smartest nigga in the room. I know how it is to walk in a room and everybody hates you for the fact that you know more than them about anything. You understand what I'm saying? If someone were to ask a question, everyone in the room would turn and look at you. They wouldn't even put up their hands.
Classroom vibes.
That's exactly what happens. I used to be in quizzes at school.
Yeah.
And then when people would be stumped, the quiz team would just look at me.
Who's the NOTA?
No, they don't. They're white kids. I was the only black kid. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I forgot you.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. It's like all these white kids would look at this black child and say, yo, please answer on our behalf. Save us here. You know what I mean? So I've known how to deal with that for a long time. So I see what they say. It's like, no, NOTA's got other intentions. Dog, if I had other intentions, I'd be building my own YouTube page. Y'all have got other intentions. Y'all are the ones who are trying to get people to subscribe to your pages.
And imagine how many views you'd be rocking.
I'm not even trying to get people to subscribe to any page. People are like, yo, when do you start your own podcast? Why? Do I need to start my own podcast? When I can say anything I want to say on anybody's podcast and then also help another creator at the same time. Kill two birds with one stone.
Smart.
It's not smart. It's selfless. You understand? It's selfless. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you want power, you need to be able to give power. To gain power, you need to be able to give power. And me, I'm willing to give power to anyone who's got a microphone, who's got a camera. You understand?
Yeah.
And then people are seeing me gaining power because I'm being influential, because I'm on all these podcasts and all. but I'm still the one who's taking the time. I'm still the one who's making the sacrifice. Today, I said, you know what? I'm being a diva. I don't want to drive. It's too fucking hot. I've been sitting in traffic. I've got a panoramic roof. It burns. The sun fries me. I get fried. I'm wearing shorts. And as you can see that here, where the sun gets in the car, it's darker than where I lived
but
up
I've
outside.
seen that you're pretty much comfortable with taking Ubers and all of that. Yes.
You understand? So like today I was like, no, Uber me. Like I really don't want to be driving. And also in load shedding, in this traffic and
stressful.
Like, oh my God.
And what are your top 3 like right now podcasting?
I don't have any favorites. I don't think South Africa's even gotten to the point where we can even have a top 3.
Yeah.
Yet. We're still far behind. I've been listening to podcasts for a very long time.
And what's your relationship with Podcast and Chill right now?
No, I've always been a sponsor of Podcast and Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that you're a member as well.
Yeah, I'm a sponsor. This is not just I'm a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be a member is also part of sponsorship. But I sponsor them with mentorship, business guidance, coaching, and all that type of stuff. So, a whole lot of support. Also, talent management, because you need to be, like, in this world, you cannot control the outside influences that happen. MacG was really challenged this year in terms of, like, just dealing with Soul's explosion and now everyone coming at him and, he's now being the superstar. And now it was also taking its toll on Soul. You could see that his behavior was becoming erratic, and it took some real strategic work and real to make sure that he understands. Listen, this is where your bread is buttered. Don't fuck this up because you'll lose all these other opportunities that you're gaining now if you fuck up this. Yeah. So, I'm glad that has seemed to work out well. I'm also glad that, his radio show is also going well with Dineo.
Sure.
Working relationship is developing as well. I helped in that, to ensure that, South Africa is looking at that relationship and saying, hey, come on, guys. You guys can do better. Let's teamwork makes the dream work. So let's see Soul interacting and getting into it a lot more. And also, like Dineo taking that leadership role but not needing to impose it. Having Soul accept his role but not feeling undermined.
Because I realized there was a time where there was
the thing is that on Podcast and Chill, MacG doesn't impose his leadership on Soul. Because what he does is that where people would then think that, MacG, he's always complimentary of Soul. Oh, Soul, you're so brilliant. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it. Oh, oh my goodness. You know
the
what I mean?
pan god. Yeah.
You understand? He's always impressed, gassing him up, like giving him confidence, like boosting him. Now, the thing is that you're boosting this guy because you want him to perform. But it's also when the cameras are switching off, it's also affecting him in his head mentally. Because when he goes to bed, that boosting now becomes a real thing. It doesn't become something that is done just for him to be engaging and entertaining on the show. It becomes something that now affects his own personal ego and affects how he sees you at work.
Sure.
And so assisting Mac with that, he's gonna owe me forever for that.
Moving on to Celeb City.
Yeah, Celeb City. Yeah, that's another one I helped out.
Are you serious?
I mean, I was involved in the negotiations for Slik Talk. That was the first fight.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the recent
securing
one.
the Slik Talk fight. I made sure that the Slik Talk fight was secured. Securing the Slik Talk fight helped promote the entire thing. Yes, I might not have been involved in the conceptualization and whatever, but just that mere part, I was very much involved in that.
I saw, like, from the beginning,
whatever, and how me and Slik Talk played it. You understand?
Yeah,
like
I
the
saw
content, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, NOTA's fired.
I saw that.
You know what I mean? The whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Just, clean. The whole, it was drama filled. And then the fight, built up. And then, it set it up perfectly for the NUK music fight. So, like, also, I watched an interview, Cigar Talk. 50 Cent was talking about how he transitioned from music to television. And he says he was in the office with Jimmy Iovine at a certain point in time. And he said some things, he was competing with Jimmy Iovine's Beats by Dre. He was doing SMS audio at the time.
Yeah.
And him and Jimmy Iovine were just not getting along. And Jimmy Iovine is Eminem, Dr. Dre, and all of them's boss. He's the boss of Interscope. He's the guy who owns Beats.
Okay.
He's the head of the NFL halftime show. That's why Beats by Dre was actually on the halftime show with Will I Am. Boom, boom, boom. That's why the NFL players always had headphones.
I'm learning
because of
here as
Apple,
well.
and then Apple bought Beats Audio for 3 point whatever billion.
Yeah,
Remember when
I realized,
Tyrese went out there and said, Dr. Dre's a billionaire and all that type of shit. So that's how influential and powerful Jimmy Iovine is. Jimmy Iovine signed Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? All this was Interscope Records. So like he's a real big boss. So he said, you know what? Maybe you can find yourself some work on the TV. He didn't say TV, but he pointed at the TV. And now I think Majig is a TV producer. So at the same time, I looked at Cassper and I was like, maybe his rap career is not the one. Maybe it's time to push him into other passions, and challenge him to find something else other than the music, because the music is not gonna
last forever.
Yeah, it's not gonna and I mean, like, South African hip hop cannot survive Cassper and your vest falling off.
Why do you think that?
Because I mean, if Cassper and your vest falls off, then who stands a chance? If the
AKA
guy that filled up the dome falls off, South African hip hop cannot afford an AKA falling off. You understand? That's why I'm so hard on AKA. Because everybody else tells him what he wants to hear. I'm the only nigga that tells him what he needs to hear. I'm the only one who doesn't. You're not a celebrity to me.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. So.
And if Big Zulu gets to get in the ring with Cassper, who would you put your money on?
Cassper.
Is it because of the experience? Or, I mean, Big Zulu is like big, right?
It's because of the determination. I mean, that Nak Music fight, Nak Music and his team, like I was on the phone with him at least twice a week.
Yeah.
For the fight. At least twice a week. Strategy. Strategy.
Yeah.
Nak won that fight strategically. Just look at how he won that fight. Think about how he won that fight. He did not go out guns blazing.
Yeah.
Understand? He said, I'm going to tire this man out. That's it. I'm going to let him throw everything and I'm just going to survive.
Something that couldn't happen.
I just need to survive, right, for the first 2 rounds. That's what he told himself. I just need to survive the 2 rounds. He was tired by the 3rd round.
Yeah.
The man survived round 1. Round 2, Cassper was tired.
And by the time he was...
This man was just collecting points. It's just point. Point. Cassper get half a item, point. Point.
Yeah.
Dog, those final 2 rounds. Dog.
That was a nice fight, though. At least we got to watch something.
That was like proper fighting. And people were like, oh no, you threw the match. No, it's like you guys saw Cassper throwing and missing.
Yeah.
There was a point where he threw and he missed and Nak even laughed, dog. There was a point where the guy was smiling. You know when you're throwing punches, the guy's smiling.
Yeah.
And then you still want to say, I won. If you look at the memes, the pictures of Nak, the guy's smiling. The whole time, like, Jesus, this guy. And the reason he's smiling is like, this guy was trying to kill me. Like, punching so hard.
Yeah.
But he's like, but he's missing. But this guy's punching so hard. He's throwing everything at it. So, I'd put Cassper in on it, like to win that fight. And I don't think AKA needs to fight, He just needs to focus on
his music.
Nah, just focus on man. I think like AKA needs to be a dad now. It's time to stop being.
But he's got an album coming.
Nah, man. He needs to be a dad now. He needs to be a dad. He's got the time. He's got a catalog of music. He needs to just make his life basic. Sit, you know what I mean? At home, take his daughter to school every single day. There's no need for him to.
He's done it.
Like, I mean, come on. We see his daughter with the grandmother more than the dad. That's not good.
And you speak a lot about fatherhood.
That's not good. That's not good. That means that you as a father, you're not a father. You are a child. Your mother has taken over the job of being your child's father. And that's not good. It means your child doesn't have a father.
Yeah.
So that's not good. You need to be a father.
How much influence does Kanye have on you?
I wouldn't say Kanye's got an influence on me.
I've seen
I
somebody in
think
the
that we're
comments.
similar, but I don't think I'm
Yeah, I was
influenced like
about to
Kanye.
go
I
there.
think
Like,
that me and Kanye have got the same people that influence us.
I've seen a comment, somebody speaking about, you know, Nota and Kanye have got like
Nah,
similar
but who
personalities.
is that somebody? Are they an expert? Are they a psychologist? Are they what? Do you have a PhD or something? I don't know. Who is that? That's the thing, is that nowadays, someone on Twitter, I see a comment from somebody on
Yeah.
Twitter that said, and now I must now answer to an unqualified person. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Back in the day, it would be someone on the news, a senator, someone, a member of parliament,
Yeah.
a politician, a doctor, an expert, you know what I mean, a criminologist. Someone said this. Now it's Twitter says. You understand what I'm saying? That is my biggest challenge with social media right now, is that traditional media is able to use social media as a place to now create narratives
Yeah.
by cherry picking certain tweets that they now use as the body of an article that they write and say such and such users said this. And who's to say that those are the tweets that actually represent what the actual sentiment is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pick the tweets that suit their narrative.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd say that people like myself and Kanye go through the same thing. We have to constantly prove ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, we have to constantly prove ourselves, and it's a competitive space that we're fighting in. Myself, Kanye, Elon, Tesla, Benjamin Franklin, Walt Disney, you name us, founders.
Yeah.
Yeah, of things, not inheritors or BE benefactors.
Yeah.
You know, so we face the same challenges, and that's why people can see the similarities. If you looked at more founders, you'd see that a lot of us are very similar. You know what I mean? People would say maybe I'm like a Steve Jobs. You know,
Yeah.
there are people who did say that about me, but
Yeah.
I guess it is what it is. It's for them. It's their closest known reference. You know.
What is this dude? How? He left the camera.
No. He's
Is on a call?
no. He's probably went to take a leak. He's
Oh.
back. He's back now. But yeah.
Okay. Bro, can you tell me how much time we got? 8.
Mm.
All right. We're about to finish.
Yeah.
There's something that you said. I don't know if you're gonna be comfortable talking about this, but I felt like it's important for me to ask you. On Gululego's show, you said, when I was going through actually you said when I was suicidal, I actually called my sister. And
When I had suicidal thoughts.
yeah. And my question to you is, out of your family tree, why did you choose your sister and not your dad? Considering the fact that your dad is a role model to you.
No, my dad is not. He's not my sibling. He's not someone I confide in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the relationship that I've got with my sister. Me and my sister have got that type of relationship. When you're feeling down, my sister's also felt down. My sister's got a PhD. She's also felt down and out and everything else when she was studying in London and everything else.
Sure.
You know, so, my sister knows that between her father and her brother, she's got everything that she needs. She doesn't need a man to provide anything. So also at the same time, I know that my sister's there to give me all the support I need. She's my sibling. So it shouldn't be a surprise. As in, why would I call my sister out of anybody? Who would you call? You call your sister. That's someone who can empathize with you. You know what I mean? We're there to support each other.
Yeah.
So yeah. And she's my big sister. That's her role in life, is to look out for her brother. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even a big deal. It's like, when you feel down and you just talk to someone about it. I was just saying, when I was feeling down, just to say that, because, also at the same time, I also needed to be careful because, there were people around my wife that were trying to obviously destroy me, and they might now try to say things, oh, this guy, he's losing his mind, he's suicidal, or is anything. So to prevent any of that,
Yeah.
be like, If ever you were to hear that, no, there's no such thing. Mina, I know how to cope with any situation. I've got the support. And to say, yo, I do have the support. You know, I've got an entire family.
Yeah.
A lot of these people that are in the game, in the business, they don't have families. A lot of them have run away from their families.
Yes.
You know, so they don't have that support structure, and that's why they suffer the way they do. And also, my sister is highly educated. You know,
You've spoken about that.
The generational gap between myself and my parents, you know, is bridged by my older siblings as well, who are able to then explain certain things that, you know, our parents who come from a more traditional background.
Yeah.
You know, or a more conservative background.
Who's on your playlist right now?
I don't listen to music. I listen to Donda. That's it.
Oh, yeah?
That's it.
And South Africa?
All the other music that's dropped is trash. The only good album that dropped is Donda.
KO album?
I already said what I felt about that album. Set is a nice song.
Yeah.
Why did he have to waste his time making an album? Should have invested that money in trying to help what's this, Roy or Loki or all of those other boys whose time has been wasted that record label of his. Because there's no such thing as having a record label where you can now take someone and tell South Africa this is a star. South Africa chooses their stars every day on TikTok. Not even Idols tells us who's a star. We don't even know who are the entrants in Idols right now. We don't even know. Jennifer Hudson posted someone who was singing a song in Idols. No one gave a fuck. It didn't even trend.
Yeah. The most successful South African artist in your books?
Lucky Dube.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I made Dakar. Because he made the king of African reggae. So to emulate him, the king of African rap.
Yeah. In closing, NOTA is?
The authority.
Beautiful, man. I think you're a great mind. And as you said something like nobody fucks with you. Like I fuck with you like big time.
I'm talking about the people that compete.
Yeah.
They're not trying to learn. They're not trying to gain. Because that's the thing that lots of people compete. I don't compete with anybody.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so content with my own abilities. You know what I mean? And also, I'm so aware of my own shortcomings. Like, I know my shortcomings very well. You know? So, and I don't think they make me any less of a person. It's just that other people, their shortcomings make them feel like they're lesser human beings. So that's why they get intimidated by other people who are so in tune with their strengths and so self-aware. So yeah, it is what it is.
No, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing.
No problem. Keep on representing Limpopo.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Bless up.
Did you know you can now become part of the Limpopo podcast family? By simply joining our membership, you get access to exclusive content, discounted merchandise, and free entry into all our events. Memberships start at only $9.99 per month.
Yeah. You know, he makes the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? I said already before. This thing of thinking that you can tell South Africa this is a star. South Africa already picks its own stars on TikTok. It doesn't work anymore. The only reason it was possible in the past is because there was no TikTok. Now you can't make people behave the way they used to behave.
Okay, like you cannot program people.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually stretch yourself.
No problem. Thank you for getting me a ride. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's a small token of kindness, but I appreciate it. Trust me,
brother. Thanks, man.
Trust me. It'll go a long way.
All right, travel safe, brother. man.
All right.
That was NOTA.